Hi everybody. I've been thinking about doing this one for quite some, well, really since I had my shoulder operated on. I've done really well. My shoulder reconstruction really has gone very smoothly. It's just having a little hiccup at the moment, but that's fine. I think I probably just did an exercise a bit too long. My surgeon was great. The hospital was 10 minutes away. And I have a husband who looked after me, so to speak, when I came home. But it just opened my eyes, and I think perhaps it's something that we need to talk about, because when we go in to have surgery, the surgeon is obliged to tell us all the things that go wrong, all the things that could happen, might happen, won't happen most likely. But I don't think anyone actually prepares us enough for the mental and emotional toll that it takes on us. And I really found that this time because I wasn't able to do anything for several weeks. I really did feel quite depressed about it all because I couldn't do all the things that I normally would do. I couldn't knit, so all I could do was read or be on screens. And that's not what I want to do. But yeah, so my life was quite limited. Anyway, I've written this out and I will probably chat about different things along the way. But I just feel it's something that we need to be more aware of as a friend or as a family member of somebody who's going in to have surgery or go into hospital just because they're ill. Not just because they're ill, but because they're ill. So this is what I've written, and this is quite long. My surgery was relatively simple, a reverse shoulder reconstruction. However, it was, and still is, my right shoulder, and I'm very right-handed, and I use a walker, so it's been a challenge. I'm getting back to normal life, doing my exercises, probably not as often through the day as I should, but I've hardly missed a day. The physio has said he's super impressed with my strength and mobility, so really positive things have come out of this. But a big one now for me, it made me think of all the oldies having surgery for far more serious things than I had. Maybe life-saving surgery or broken bones like hips and pelvis, perhaps after a fall. I've been lucky, 10 or 15 minutes from home, only 2 nights in hospital. But now I'm thinking of all those who've had to travel, perhaps to major cities where they will get the right treatment. I think of those who've had to wait months or years to have the relief of surgery. I think of their loneliness when they do go into hospital far away, far from family and friends, relying as they do for kindness and care from the doctors and nurses, especially the nurses, and waiting for a smile from someone, from the meal deliverers and the cleaners, all those extra people who are part of the team, and so very important for moral support because they smile and can chat when they come into the room. I'm thinking we're not prepared enough for the recuperation days, weeks or even months, for the isolation that can come. For me, I was unable to do anything very easily. My mobility was severely impaired. Walking with one arm in a sling, manoeuvring my walker with one hand. In a very short time, I noticed my legs weren't as strong, and I'm working on that, and that's getting better. Then there's the isolation. You can't do what you normally do if you're still driving, and then you can't. So you can't leave the house unless you have a driver. You can't impulsively think, I'll just pop out to the op shop, have a cup of coffee with a friend, or go to a group that you normally do. You have to wait for a driver. And my driver was very good, but I know, and still, he will drive me anywhere I need, but you don't like to continually ask. We're so lucky if we can do it for ourselves, and this made me really aware of not driving. It's okay for a week or two, maybe longer, but sometimes you just want time to yourself, even going to the op shop, which I've said, or to buy something new. I'm so lucky as my lovely husband has shouldered everything for me. no pun intended. He drives me anywhere, or I can take a taxi. But for others on their own, maybe not so easy, as those in their home world get on with their own lives. They might be great for a while, but then the visits get fewer and fewer. Families get back to doing what they need to do. Visits lessons, perhaps relegated to quick phone calls of, "Are you all right?" And of course you say, "Yeah, I'm okay," not wanting to worry anyone. And this goes on. Some people, including me, are affected by anesthesia. I forget each time, and this time it's been more pronounced. Forgetting things, brain fog, and the worst, which is that I've had some depression, which can take over, especially when one's not getting enough sleep. Perhaps having to sit in a recliner chair or perched with cushions in bed. And I'm thinking particularly of those on their own. Everything I'm talking about being multiplied when you are on your own. I wonder if we need better preparation for the emotional and mental toll surgeries can take on us as we leave hospital for home. We are so lucky we can live at this time when we're able to have the necessary surgery, even though lots of people have to wait. This isn't a poor me story. I've been taken care of. I've had many a phone call and visits from those who live nearby. Welcome distractions when the days of healing are long. I'm almost through to the other side. But I'm hoping I'll be more aware of those who may need more attention after they too have had surgery. This time around it has been difficult, but I'm getting back to normal. So yeah, I just think perhaps there needs to be more support for people who are on their own, having been through surgery. I know it's not always possible, but perhaps we need to be more aware of picking up a phone at least and saying, "Are you okay? Tell me how you really are." Not just waiting for the proverbial, "Yeah, I'm okay," and moving on to something else, but really genuinely inquire about how people are. You just do forget, and everyone does get on with their own lives. But so for me, I think if today I can make people more aware of others who've got to go through surgery or who are in hospital because they're ill and they need all that attention. And sometimes too, of course, people don't feel like visitors. They just want to stay there and be quiet and heal and get through it. But yeah, so quite a long waffle that's not actually a waffle because it's got a point to it today. Just being aware, and perhaps also being aware of things that you can do yourself that will help you get through this time when you are incapacitated. Obviously there are things, and I think in some communities there are people who actually can come and visit. I'm not quite certain about that, but I think that's right. So let's be more aware of other people going through surgery, and let's be more aware of how we might feel after the surgery's happened and we're home and we're getting back to some sort of normality. It's difficult, and it's not always difficult. And as I say, I have been so lucky, but I have been depressed, and well, you will have all noticed because I wasn't writing my poetry like I was. So I'm much better with that now, and yeah, life's pretty normal. So there you go, everyone. Take care. Love you all, and let's be more aware of ourselves and those around us who perhaps might need a little bit of extra care and love. Take care. Bye.